Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Makakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful they got there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Alright, and what I want to get into today is going to Isaiah 31 and 1. Alright, and just going into how, what we're seeing, is a war, alright, between the limited human and the limitless power. Okay, Esau Edom, he's the limited human, okay, the limited man that's trying to wage war against an unlimited power, a limitless power, and we're going to see, the Lord make a great separation between him, all right, and these Edomites and these heathens, because Esau has hyped himself up, as if he's on some type of evil playing field with the Most High, like he is a peer. Esau acts like he's a peer. Matter of fact, let's get this word peer, see what it goes into. Okay. Let me see. Yep. So it said, what does it mean when someone is a peer? All right, just a quick AI overview. A peer is someone of equal standing, age, status, or background, forming a group you identify with, such as classmates, co-workers, all right, at the same level, or people with similar life experiences. Okay? So this devil, he moves like he's a peer to the Most High, like he's in the same classification as the Most High. Esau really, hyped himself up. Okay, like he's in the same weight class with the Most High, man. Okay, and the Lord's going to show that he's not. He's going to show it through what? Through power. Okay, he's going to show that there's a major power difference between, all right, him and Esau, man. Okay, and Esau has the world thinking that, he's finna go toe to toe. That he has created a wisdom that can replace the wisdom of the Most High. He has created, he thinks he's pushed like he's created a military that can go head up with the heavenly host. Okay, talking about a space force. Okay, so Esau has really believed his own hype and thinking that he's a peer, okay, with the Most High, man. But when you go here, let's get this in Exodus 17 first. This is the book of Exodus. All right, this is Exodus 17 and 16. It says, for he said, because the Lord has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Okay? So the Lord swore that he would have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Now, who is Amalek? Well, Amalek, okay, is the grandson of Edom. And through Amalek, you have a tribe of these Edomites, a clan of these Edomites, okay, that run the earth today. These are the people claiming to be us in the chosen land. These are the people that control the banking system, the money, all right, the militaries, the Hollywood, the educational, the food supplies, and all these different things. These are the people that run the earth. Okay, Amalek, which is of the nation of Edom. You see? So this anti-Messiah society, this rebellious society, this ain't just random. This is intentionally done. And this is how Amalek waged war with the Most High, by attacking creation. Okay, by attacking truth. Okay, and by keeping a foot on the neck of the Lord's people. Okay, because you go into the social engineering, the self-destructive nature of our people. Well, that's a direct attack from Amalek. Okay, pushing the crack in the neighborhoods. All that come from Amalek from up top. Okay, the gangster rap, the single mothers, the everything that destroys our people. You know, the worst grocery stores. Okay, the customized diseases to attack Jake, sickle cell, AIDS. Okay, all these are attacks from Amalek, and this is how he wages war against the Most High, by waging war against the creation and the Most High's people. You know, because he's not a threat to the Most High. Okay, but he can be a threat to the earth. He can be a threat to the people of the Most High, and the Lord's allowing him to be that. Okay, until the time when he's going to be taken out of the way forever, and that's going to be through Yahweh Shai. Okay, so what we're seeing in the earth, and this new world order is the biggest rebellion against the Most High the earth has ever seen. You know, and this devil, he's moving as if he's a peer. Okay, like he's on some type of even playing field, man. Okay, but we're gonna see a difference being made with this judgment, man. So let's go here to Isaiah chapter 31. Isaiah 31 and 1. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because hold on, I want to get this in the NLT. Why is got the internet, man? Come on, man. Let me see. Okay, here we go. It's Isaiah 31 and 1. It says, what sorrow awaits those, this is the NLT, who look to Egypt for help. And this the modern day Egypt is America, man. You know, and you know, the Lord has given us the eyesight to see, you know, understand prophecy. You know, we see this place in decline. But as this place is declining, you still have people that have their trust in this society, in the American system, in the way of the West, which is headed by America, man. You know, people have come accustomed to, you know, the American system. Okay, the convenience and the perks and, you know, the liberty, you know, to indulge in the flesh, and, you know, the American economy being strong, the American military being strong, you know, just enjoying the, you know, the perks that come with being in, okay, this first world superpower, you know, and people have fell in love, you know, with those perks, you know, even though it's saturated in wickedness, injustice, perverseness, anti, you know, Messiah, okay, rhetoric, you see, in culture, okay, well, people love, you know, the enjoyments, the allurement, okay, of modern Egypt, which is America, man, spiritual Egypt, okay, just especially you Israelites, you know, just as Jake always had this craving, you know, for Egypt, you know, even in the wilderness when Jake wanted to go back to Egypt, and even though the Lord was bringing them to sovereignty, you know, at any discomfort, man, Jake wanted to go back to Egypt, you know, Jake would rather be a slave in Egypt, okay, than have to go through the transition before they become sovereign. All right, and that's how you have most of our people today, because the truth, it puts us in the wilderness, man. You know, it makes us less and less dependent on this system and more dependent on our power. Okay, it puts us as the outcast of this system. Okay, so when we come into the truth, man, it's like embarking, you know, on the wilderness journey, man. You know, that transition, and then in a time of trouble, you know, when things shut down, man, we're already going to be conditioned to depend on our power anyway. Lord, will we endure, man? Okay, so it says, What sorrow awaits those who look to Egypt for help, trusting their horses, chariots, and charioteers, and dependent on the strength of human armies, instead of looking to the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, the Holy One of Israel, man. Okay, so instead of looking into the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, the Holy One of Israel, okay, most of our people are going to look to this system, and it's limited. When you trust in them, when you put your trust in America, Esau, Edom, so-called white man, whatever, anything outside of the Most High and His Son Yahweh Shai is limited, man. You know, you're putting your trust in something that's limited. We're putting our trust in something that's limitless. You see, the Most High not confined to the bounds and the limits that Esau, Edom is confined to. Okay, these heathens are confined to. You know, these worldly systems, they're confined. The money system, his military, all these things have restraints. Okay, and limitations. His data centers that he wants to put up. Okay, and he has limits and restraints, man. He only has limited resources. You see, he only has limited, you know, things for this and things for that. You know, certain, you know, like oils, like it's hard for the nigga to refine certain oils. It's hard for the rare earth minerals. Even when you go into rare earth minerals, not that, you know, that they're rare. It's just as hard to mine it. It's hard for the devil to extrapolate out the earth, man. The devil has a lot of limitations, man. Okay, but he pushes himself like he's a god. Well, he's limited, man. Okay, and it says, in his wisdom, the Lord will send great disaster. He will not change his mind. So the Lord's finna send great disaster. Okay, which is a punishment, man. Okay, Esau Edom is out of pocket, and he's brought a lot of people out of pocket with him, man. You know, Esau is way out of bounds, man. The way this man operates and runs the earth, man, he's way out of bounds, man, according to the scriptures, man. Okay, there's a punishment coming for this, man. The Lord is not finna let Esau walk away from all this wickedness he's done. The Lord allowed Esau to do this just so he can be worthy of the judgment, man. You see, the Lord is allowing Esau to walk into this judgment, man. There's already a judgment set for Esau. So everything that this devil is doing, all the wickedness he's done, doing, and plan on doing, the judgment already set. This nigga, he's just walking into it. Okay, and he's walking into it with pride, as if he can alter the punishment, man, as he can sidestep the punishment that's written. Okay, but the Most High not going to change his mind what he's going to do to Esau in this kingdom, in this empire, man. You heathens, man. And you 2/3, man. You know, the Lord not going to change his mind. All right? And that's why when you keep reading, it says he will rise against the wicked and against their helpers, man. Okay? These heathens that's helping Esau try to establish this new world order, and you niggas that's down with it, 2/3. Okay? So everybody that's under the umbrella, okay, of this Edomite, man, all right, that's aiding this man, because you taking the sea hill, you're aiding this man. Okay, you're saying that you're okay with participating in this rebellion. Okay, you're saying I would rather have Esau Edom rule over me than the Most High. Okay, there's not no light thing taking this sea hill, man. You're helping, you're assisting the wicked. You know? You're saying that you want to see Esau's wicked ambitions flourish in the earth, and you want to partake in it, man. Okay? And said, for these Egyptians are mere humans, not the Most High. Their horses are puny flesh, not mighty spirits. When the Lord raises his fist against them, those who help will stumble, and those being helped will fall. They will all fall down and die together, man. Okay? So we're going to see how limited Esau's military is. You know, when Yahushua stepped down on the devil, man. Okay? Here it is, he boasting himself. But guess what? These fighter jets, they got to refuel. They can only go so far. They gotta refuel. The chariots don't have to do that. Okay, all these aircraft carriers and these navy, all right, vessel destroyers, and okay, all these things have to be restocked with ammunition. They only can shoot so much. Okay, then they have to be arranged. They have to try to position themselves to be out of range of one another missiles. Okay, limited, man. Like America, America has to be so far off the coast of Iran. Okay, out of fear of being within striking distance of those missiles, man, of Iranian missiles that can sink them ships. The chariots don't have to deal with none of that, man. The chariots don't have to be so far off so they can be out of range from enemy missiles, man. Okay, there's certain, you know, a jet can only go so fast. A fighter jet can only go so fast. It'll kill a pilot. Okay, a pilot can't travel at hypersonic speed in no jet. He'll kill them. Certain maneuvers they can do, and it don't even have to be hypersonic, but it's certain maneuvers that they do in jets that they can't do. It'll kill them. The G-force will kill them, man. That gravitational pull, it'll kill them. It'll flatten them. You see, the chariots don't have to deal with that. Okay? The chariot's not bound to those things, those limitations. And the laws of physics don't apply to the chariots, man. Okay? Laws of physics are not gonna apply to your house shot. Your house shot chariot not gonna have to be reloaded. It's limitless. Limitless source of power. Okay? So Esau Edom, he's a limited, all right, being. Is waging war against a limitless God. Okay? That's why you go here to Isaiah. Let's get this in, matter of fact, let me get this in Joel. No, this is Ezekiel. One go Ezekiel 28. So you go to Ezekiel 28. Let me see. So you get Ezekiel 28, and then I want to get it in the, I read some of it in the AMP, okay? But it goes into how Esau, because in the spirit, we know this is speaking of Esau in this time, all right? Esau, okay, prophetically is the king of Tyre, all right? That mindset, that the king of Tyre had. Okay, well, Esau embodies that on a whole nother level. Okay, this is Ezekiel 28 and 5, and it says, I started at 4. It said this in the AMP. It says, with your own wisdom, all right, and with your own understanding, you have acquired your riches and power, and have brought gold and silver into your treasuries. Okay. So, this devil, all right, the Lord has allowed this man to set up systems for this devil to accumulate, okay, and extrapolate the wealth of the earth where it all flows to him. And it's a corrupt, wicked system. It's conniving. It's wise and wisdom. It's wise and wickedness, man. Because the system is wicked, but it's a wise, wicked system. The way that this man has everything set up, well, wealth flows to him. Okay, and he made his banking, intentionally complicated so no one can understand the corruption of it, man. Okay, but it's a system, okay, that this man has set up to where he extrapolates the wealth from the earth, and he gets people labor in return. He's getting free labor. This man has mastered it. This man has created a system where he's pretty much getting free labor, okay, from the masses of the earth, man. while he has the real resources and the real wealth flowing to him and trickling to him. You know, and this devil understands this, and he's looking like, I'm a god. You know, I got all these people. I got the earth. You know, because earth is one big plantation, man. Some places more than others, but overall, the earth is one big plantation to Amalek, man. Okay, and these devils, they're looking at this like shit. You know, they looking at these systems they got in place and how, you know, they're winning. Okay, they have all these people under their feet, under their control through debt. You know, so it's like, I'm a god. You know, the Most High set this man up to believe himself to be a god, just so Esau can hype himself up to do what he's trying to do now. Okay, the Lord hyped this man up to think he's a god for the sake of prophecy, man, and for the Lord to show His power, man. Okay, so Esau's been baited in to failure, man, and it says by your great wisdom and by your trade you have increased your riches and power, and your heart is proud and arrogant because of your wealth. Okay, so this devil looks at what he's accumulated, the influence. You know, he see how he influences the earth. He see his enchantments working. Okay, he see most people are deceived. Okay, most people are still playing in his rat race, man. You know, they dedicate their lives in this deception. Okay, of wealth creation, man. Okay, but he wins every time. All right, the game is rigged for the bankers to win every time, man. Okay, so this devil, he's looking at this and he's become proud. Verse 6, it says, therefore, thus said the Lord, because you have imagined yourself to be, all right, it said, therefore, thus said the Lord power, because you have imagined your mind to be like the mind of the Most High, having thoughts and plans like the Most High himself. You see, this devil is hyped up, man. Like, if we could, like, the Bible gives us the mind of Esau, man. This how this devil thinks in his mind, as if he's the Most High himself. You know, my wife was watching something the other day, but this Edomite, I think he took some type of drug, and it had him in like this, you know, psychosis where he was hallucinating. You know, when this woman came to him and said, no, let me take that back. So it's this little chick that had powers to read your inner desires. You know, she could touch you and get inside your mind and read your inner desires. Okay? So when she touched this Edomite, you know, he was like a CEO of a company or whatever. And she was telling him, you desire to be a god. You know, and he said, no, I desire to be God. Okay? You see? Like, no, he was like, I desire to be the Most High. That was what he was saying. Because she was like, you desire to be God-like. That was what she said. You want to be God-like. She was like, nah. He was like, nah, I want to be God. That's what the Edomite said, man. And this how these devils think. Okay? In their mind, okay, they're just a few experiments away, okay, from being like the Most High. Okay? He's a madman. You see? So when you read on, it says, it said, therefore, behold, we'll read verse 6. It said, therefore, thus said the Lord power, because you have imagined your mind to be like the mind of the Most High, having thoughts and plans like the Most High himself. Therefore, okay, behold, I will bring strangers upon you, the most ruthless and violent of nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of your wisdom, all right, and defile your splendor. You know? So the Lord is not only, even before Yahweh Shai returns, man, Esau is going to be getting embarrassed, man. The West, You know, you Western Edomites, especially in America, man, America is going to be getting embarrassed, man, to show, and this is the Lord showing that, look, I can raise up another nation within your kingdom, okay, to give you that work. So the Lord got, even though, you know, Russia is an Edomite nation as well, all right, but they're linked with China and Russia. I mean, China and Iran, which are, you know, other nations. Okay, they're all heathens. You know, they're all going to go into captivity. Okay, but within, all right, the prophecy, man, the Lord is going to allow, you know, even other nations, man, to embarrass, okay, America, man. Okay, and that's the Lord showing that, look, in your kingdom, I can raise up another superpower. I can raise up a weak nation and make him strong and get active with your ass, man. You think you a God, nigga, I'm God. I'm the Most High, okay? I can raise up a nation that was a laughing stock to embarrass you, man. So what we coming to end time prophecy is the Lord showing that he is over and over again, man. You know? Because then that's just the beginning. Alright? Then eventually they're going to send these nukes over here, turn America to a desert. And then Yahweh Shai going to come clear all these heathens, man. Okay? To really show that there's a major difference. When Yahweh Shai show up, it's really going to set a difference between the Most High and these heathens, man. That's why Yahweh Shai been given what? All power in heaven and in earth, man. Okay, Yahweh Shai been given all power in heaven and the earth, and when Yahweh Shai appears, that's when it's gonna be seen like, oh, there's really gonna be a difference. Be like, damn. You see, the fire of those chariots is gonna be a fire that this world can't produce. The power that's on those chariots is the power that this world can't produce. You know, that's why it talked about the statue being destroyed by a stone not made by hands. When you're speaking of that chariot, man, because it's a power that's not of this world. It can't be fabricated on this world. You know? So let's get a couple more. Let's read verse 8. It says, they shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the death of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Okay? So this is another thing too, because American military is not used to casualties too, man. You know, American military, they haven't had much casualties, man. And that creates this sense of invincibility, man. And that's why, you know, when we hear about America going to war, you know, America just casually goes to war because they're not used to taking casualties. You know? But what we're going to see in this war, man, all right, is that, hey, American soldiers are not immortals. American military is not immortal, man. Okay? They're used to just wreaking havoc and terrorizing different nations and pretty much being unscathed, man. A death, you know, here and there, a few deaths here and there. Okay? But it's been real low. You know, but in this war, man, the Lord gonna cause, before this war even goes nuclear, man, okay, the Lord gonna show, like, nah, these body bags ain't, these body bags ain't prejudice, man. They ain't, you see, it's gonna be some body bags, okay, before this thing, you know, goes nuclear and just goes, you know, for the Lord allow them to take it there, man. Okay? America gonna have to deal with some casualties. You see? So these EU nations, man, there's just gonna be casualties everywhere. You see, but America's the focal point because it's the most proud and it's the superpower. Okay? So when you go verse 9 said, without say before him that slaved thee, I am the most high, but thou shalt be a man and no power in the hand of him that slaved thee, man. You know, and the Most High is showing these nations that Esau is not invincible, man. Okay, because Esau is just moving he used to moving with no impunity, with impunity, which means that he's been able to do all these things with no consequences, man. So in his mind, he's a god. You know, he does all these things, and just based off the fact of his reputation, these nations ain't been doing nothing. But now it's come to an end. See, now these nations finna do something, okay? And they're gonna see that America, the great, this great whore, all right, hey, that she's touchable. Okay, it's gonna start off with America being touched up in conventional war, and then it's gonna go nuclear, where the landmass America gonna be destroyed, turned to a desert. Okay, and then Yahweh Shah comes to lay everything down, man. Okay, because even with America waging their war over there in that region of the earth, they limited, man. You know, it's a lot of logistics to try to move military personnel and hardware over there in that region. He's limited, man. This devil has limitations, man, especially with those Gulf Arab states not letting this man, you know, beginning, you know, to not allow America to operate in their airspace and on their airports, man. Okay? Them aircraft carriers can only do so much. You know, they be relying on certain allies to use their airspace and their airstrip to carry out and to operate, to carry out strikes and operate, man. Okay? But as the Lord started taking these allies away from America, all right, and they start to side with Russia, you know, that's going to make America even more limited, man. Okay? And the way that the Lord has these nations, the way that they design their militaries, okay, these militaries are customized just to go to war with America. Okay, that's why they put a lot into these aircraft carrier ships. You know, these ships, these missiles that can destroy American military bases. So the Lord has raised these nations up, okay, to build a military, okay, that's customized just to go to war with America and make America look bad, man. Okay, so America is limited, and it's going to show how limited it is in this war. And then Yahweh Shah gonna show how limited everybody is. All right, the Most High gonna use Yahweh Shah to show how limited everybody is, man. You see, and that's why when you go, matter of fact, we'll end it here. You know, with the book of Isaiah. Isaiah 47:1, it says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne for thee, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." Okay? So America's going to be dethroned. Okay? The Lord finna show, all right, his power, the way that he judges, okay, America and these nations, man. But it's going to be emphasis on America, Babylon the Great. Scripture called America, O thou most proud. Okay? Verse 2, it said, "Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." Okay? I will not meet thee as a man. Yahweh Shah is going to meet thee as a God. Okay? A true God, man. Limitless, man. Okay? The Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shah said, "I got all power in heaven and in earth, man. Limitless. No limitations, man." Okay? And he's coming directly to hit with you Edomites, man. He's coming directly to you Edomites, man. Okay? And you other nations gonna get their work in the process, man. Okay? There's emphasis, okay, on Esau. You see? So, yeah, that was the point. You know, just wanted to get into that. You know, Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified. Till next time I say shalom, form Yashala, Abba, Shalom.